It is okay to not be okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Mental health and wellbeing, it's a fundamental but often sensitive and confronting topic that we are all becoming increasingly aware of. This is amazing because the confrontation results in the de-stigmatisation of fearing conversations and fearing opening up about feelings or emotions with your mates. This is what we're aspiring to achieve with ChatTY, our wellbeing committee, and attitudes we're aiming to promote throughout the school. Today is about braving the cold and braving the conversation as part of the Shorts Day launch here at Hutchins, so it's good to see so many of you here supporting the cause. I've had many troubles throughout my middle and senior school life which have motivated me to want to be able to help others and create the support network I couldn't see that I had at the time. In late 2018, I started experiencing what I now know was depression. I went from the happy boy who loved soccer, school and life to a mess with a severe gaming addiction which derailed a lot of my other passions. I was met with negative attitudes from people with responses such as toughen up and what have you possibly got to be depressed about, or a common misconception that just because I come from a more privileged background that I cannot be subject to mental health concerns. This spiraled into many sessions at different psychologists and attempts on myself which I'm not necessarily proud of, but I'm quite reflective of now I'm in a better place. I had no concept of self-esteem and success, or any accomplishments held no value to me, and I could not understand why. It was not until early 2020, with the coronavirus pandemic, that I found my outlet with music and actually getting my feelings and emotions out in that form. This is similar to the concept behind Stay Chatty because it's a way of expressing and not bottling up your emotions. Another core of the issue was my negative and closed mindset, which I've been working to improve since COVID. The pandemic faced us with not only one of the biggest physical challenges we've had in our lifetimes, but the biggest mental health challenge. Statistics show that throughout this period of lockdowns and isolations, rates of people contacting mental health professionals and help has increased. This is positive that people are reaching out, but it's still not enough. Many of you have had a friend, family or loved one who has been impacted by suicide due to mental health challenges, and there were many teenagers in particular who slipped through during this time. It can very easily sound cliche talking about these themes, but there are some major ideas that most of us are missing because it's hard to recognise it in ourselves until it may be pointed out. Generally speaking, a lot of us have a very limited view on the world. Our time is consumed by friends, family, sports, or whatever you enjoy doing in your personal time, and this is not a problem. However, it makes it easy to lose sight and get caught up in day-to-day life. This is done to the point of which that we miss opportunities we have to be grateful for, and that each day is a new day. Comedian Kevin Hart is known for his outgoing and charismatic personality, but even he has bad days. A quote from him says that every day is not going to be a great day. When you understand that you're able to take the good with the bad, all storms eventually pass, and when they do, the sun shines bright as hell. Stay motivated, stay focused, we are all great. Life is not always happy. There will be that test you fail, sports team you don't make, position you miss out on. I myself am not a first-round prefect, but you can either fold under these challenges life throws, or fight for what you want and continue to persevere to follow your path. This is the most pivotal moment in our journeys when we realise that low points are part of life. Don't get me wrong, I love and regularly use social media, but it is awful for the way it romanticises life. We see smiles, labels, money, perfect bodies, all these other factors we compare ourselves to subconsciously, and we aim to be like it, but it can be very, very easy to become consumed by it, because whether or not we like it, we're all consumers. We consume this content scrolling for hours on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, etc., where we think we're just watching or viewing it, but we haven't realised how much of it attacks our insecurities and creeps into our subconscious, leaving us feeling like we're not enough, worthless, or a loser. Similarly to that, insults in our school environment, things that can seem harmless with banter with your friends, but you cannot control how any person will receive it. Something you also cannot control is their current circumstances and if they're in the position to muck around, because the culture in all boys schools, which is natural but also primitive, where we love banter, love cracking jokes with the boys, but feel threatened subconsciously when someone challenges our status, whether that's on the field, mentally, whatnot. This is the same reason that many people are scared to ask questions in case they're belittled or face judgment from their peers. And these factors we cannot control, but we can make ourselves aware of. Leading up to exams, we know that there is an additional layer of stress placed upon everyday life as well, and this is why it's essential that everyone knows that your teachers, Mr. Magnus, contact officers around the school, and your mates are all approachable if you have any concerns, not just now, but at any time. As I draw the end of this speech, I'd like to thank anyone who supported me throughout challenging times and invite you all to make sure you're actively checking in on your family, mates, or anyone, because a little bit of support can go a very long way, and because it is okay to not be okay. Thank you.